Hi there, welcome back to the channel. The first thing that's coming through is someone needs to be more specific. I just did another reading about being the peace in the middle of chaos and finding your peace. There's some sort of peace of mind that you're right on the verge of. And I can hear these calls out here to be more specific, give details. So this reading is going to be a little bit more detailed. If you don't know me, I, from the beginning, have used to do readings with my music on all the time, and I'll get music messages. And I haven't done that in a while. It's just like where I have my speaker set up, it's harder for me to hear, and I can't have it too loud because you can't hear it on here. So I just haven't done it, but recently I have been getting, oh, that's interesting, that came out the other day. I've been getting music messages, just music in my head. I'll get them stuck in my head, or I'll wake up with them first thing in the morning, and I always did before too, but my readings always had like literal music on. But today, there is one that's there. Right now it's just a lot of piano that I hear. I can't remember what song it is. I can't nail it down just yet, so maybe that will become a little bit more clear, but I feel like there's a music message here too. So if you respond to lyrics, if you connected to music in that same kind of way where you realize that this is more than just a song, there's a message in these lyrics for me, meant for me right now. There might be just, that reference itself might just be a sign for you that there's something in this reading for you. So the first card that came out is this, Behind a Mask. This came out 222 on my recording. This came out the other day in my reading. I don't think I posted it yet. What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Something that you're hiding. I mean, that's like obvious. Okay, it's obvious that you're hiding something. I think that you're like not fooling anyone. You're trying to hide something, and it's like so obvious that you're trying to hide something. And it's almost like because of that, you're not really hiding it. People see right through you, or someone sees right through you. And so you're not hiding it. As it is, it's almost like, thank God I was found out. I'm so glad. It's like you want to be found out. It's like you want to reveal. You've been holding a part of yourself back. You've been keeping it at bay. I feel like there's been a little bit of patience involved here too. I feel like you've been hiding your feelings for someone. Or, I don't know, trying to play it cool or something like that, but it's like written all over your face. It doesn't matter what you do or like what you don't say or what you hold back. It's written all over your face. And I feel like right now it's getting to a point where it's like, it's okay though. Like whatever, maybe you like have feelings for another person and they just weren't ready for something else or something more or something like that. So you've been trying to play it cool and just be like, well, it's okay, I don't want anything. I don't want more anyway, or whatever. You're not fooling anyone. But it has helped you to not push and not, you've been hiding your true feelings. In the meantime, I feel like there was this part of yourself that you needed to connect with. You needed to rein it back. You needed to keep it at bay and not put so much focus on that or them or whatever, because you needed to focus on yourself. I'm getting a phone call right now too, something about taking care of myself, so I'll be right back. Okay. I feel like there was definitely a purpose for holding back. That the timing was really wrong, really off. And there is this part of you that is almost in pain when they have to hold themselves back or hold your love back, or but there was a certain level of love that you needed to figure out how to give to yourself first, so that you could figure out how you really feel about this other person. Okay? So I don't know. I feel like the mask is slowly coming off. And it scares the shit out of you. Alright, I'm going to pull some tarot. Ooh, wow. This is like a super charged card. It's so interesting that there's a lot of fire in this. There's a lot of passion, but it feels really peaceful too at the same time. So like maybe that's part of what you've been holding back too, is like this passion in you. You're passionate for everything, all the things. But I feel like there's definitely something new starting, a passion project maybe. That's what I'm hearing, is passion project. So reeling back and not hyper focusing on somebody else. I think that maybe that was part of this energy too, is this holding those feelings back has helped you to really try to figure out what you need and like focus on other things. It's clear that they aren't ready or weren't ready. So it right now you're starting to learn how to reveal that side of you or those feelings or that passion just in a different arena, through work or through some sort of project. And there's another reading I did that this big opportunity, I think it was Twin Flame reading. There's a big opportunity coming up in this next month that I really feel like the energy of this passion and this love and this part of you that you have to give is meant to be funneled towards that, a passion project. Really creative. This is definitely like a new idea, something new. Okay, so for some of you, or for one of you, or whatever, just as validation that this reading is for you. This Phoenix. I just heard Firebird. Firebird. So for some of you, there's a reference to a car, the Firebird, a Camaro. I don't know if the Firebird is a Camaro or not, but that's the words that I'm seeing. And a tattoo. Like, you have a new idea for a tattoo, or it's time to go and get that tattoo that you have been passionate about, or something like that. It's time for that. So, tattoo reference. Some of you, you already have a tattoo. You have this Phoenix. For some of you, I see this wand, like, but it looks like a witch's broom. So, but I see a tattoo of a witch's broom. So those are just like specific references to help people connect in with, is this meant for me or is this not meant for me? You have a passion project coming up, okay? There's a certain level of discernment that you need to, that you have been figuring out in 444 on my recording, where to channel that energy, who to trust, who to be vulnerable with, who to hold back with. That I feel like you've been learning with this other person when to push, when to pull back, when to I feel like there's a certain level of pushing and pushing and pushing yourself, your who you are, your value, how amazing, like on another person in order to say, like, why I'm amazing, why don't you want me? Or why, like, giving in order to get them to choose you, or some, there's this pattern of people pleasing that comes from, like, needing your love, needing your passion, needing this thing inside of you to go somewhere, and hitting a brick wall. There's something inside of you that you've been healing, definitely, that now has sparked a new thing. And I think that having some patience, reeling back, not just giving some space to let the situation flourish in the way that it's supposed to flourish, whether it's a relationship or a job or something like that, has sparked a new energy in the connection. So it does feel like whoever this is for, you're involved with somebody else in some kind of way. But you've been holding back a piece of yourself. That now is slowly going to be revealed, and it's going to build a new level of passion between you. Focusing in another area of your life on some kind of project is going to help for that in the background to, like, you're not even going to need to put any work into a relationship or this connection with this person. You're not even going to need to put much work into it. It's just going to naturally open up and flourish. So if you're wanting more from someone, you're going to get that more from them by turning this way and focusing on other things. Respect the space. They're going to trust you more. There's a certain level of trust that they don't necessarily have in you right now, because you can feel, because you've been hiding a part of yourself, and they have too. But that's stretching. That's starting to open up a little bit. Come on. Page of Swords. Ooh, all these energies are really charged. Really, it's like a spark of new life. I'm gonna get another card for this Page of Swords. It's like she knows something. She knows something. What does she know? What do you know? You know something about all of this. Oh, wow, look. Oh, my God. Page of Swords. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. There's this intuitive connection that's happening. I can see all of these node points. You're connecting with this person and this person and this person. It's like it brings it all together. Something is coming together. The King and Queen of Swords. It's a match between you that there's always been passion. There's always been passion, but now there's this knowing that this feels right. This feels right. It's like all these puzzle pieces start coming together for you, for them, for all the other people that you're going to be working with, like not just with you in this connection, this relationship. Oh, that's why that happened. Oh, that's why that happened. oh, oh. It's like all these nuggets of information drop in, drop in, drop in, drop in. And it's like you just needed to have some patience. You just needed to have some patience as it unfolded. And now this is like power couple kind of feeling, energy. Starts with the page who's really curious. She's really curious about this new feeling, this new awareness, this new way of looking at this other person. What it was that was sitting in between you guys. I think both of you are realizing what was sitting in between you. And I feel like this now sparking a new awareness, a new kind of connection, a new passion. This is a lot of awareness right here. And there's a mastery over your thoughts too. Like there is something that you were hiding because of a story that you were telling yourself. But it's like, oh, that's not the story. 11:11 on my recording. My brother used to, I don't know why this story is coming up, but my brother used to tease me all the time or make fun of me or bust my chops. And it's usually like surrounding softball or something with sports or like don't throw like a girl or blah, 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 blah. He used to bust my balls for like missing one of the balls or something like that. But at the end of the day, he even said this to my kids probably, that I was probably the best athlete in the family because I played many different sports. And that, you know, he used to choose me to be on his team because he always knew that I was like the best girl that was out there on the team or whatever it was. And I was like, and he was sensitive about his own skill level or whatever it was. He made fun of me, but really at the end of the day, he thought that I was really great. But he had a hard time expressing himself or like whatever it was. But I was telling myself a story that I wasn't good enough, I wasn't good enough, I wasn't good enough. But really, he knew my ability. He just didn't know how to encourage it. And I told myself a story the whole time that I was just terrible. Or that he didn't like me, or that he thought that I wasn't good. There's this, I don't know why, it's such a simple story, really, but it's like inner child kind of thing that I've carried for a really long time, where you reprocess it, and you have this realization that, oh, that's not the story. That is not the story. He actually thought that I was really good. It's like this. There's aha moments left and right. Now this aha moment about the two of you together. This whoever you're connected with, whoever you're involved with. There's a curiosity that's there too. It's not one big aha moment. It's little tiny aha moments. Little moments of revealing. This behind the mask, it did serve its purpose. Holding back did serve its purpose because the timing was really wrong. And it didn't need to be this big unveiling of who you are or how you felt, or it's like coming out as, you know, coming out in some kind of way, like we're together or something like that. It's like little bits, little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. That's the way to create sustainability in a relationship, in this relationship specifically. I feel like you and they are going to start revealing little more about what the story was in the meantime. From when you first started to now. And you're like, oh, I didn't know that. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that about you. That's cool. Okay. You both are telling yourselves stories that are not true. And I feel like communication too, swords are communication. I feel like both of you are gonna start communicating in a new way and speak the same language. I think that you have not been speaking the same language, and something sparks. It's like, you know, when somebody's learning a new language, you kind of struggle through it, and you're really cerebral about it, and then all of a sudden, and even little kids that just one day all of a sudden start speaking. They understand it, but then they start speaking it. It's like it just clicks into place. It just makes sense, and then you're fluent. There's a fluidity and a fluency between the two of you that is being sparked. In order to have this happen, you have to focus on whatever creative endeavor this is. It's important. A new idea. I'm going to pull a couple of cards on what that is. Can I get more specifics on the Ace of Wands? What is this project? I just heard project management. I don't know. Like maybe studying to become a project manager? I don't know. I want to know what the project is. Queen of Wands. Something with, I just saw something with camping. Creating one of my best friends always wanted to create this like tiny house community. That's what I don't know why I see that. That's what I see with the Queen of Wands. Like a campsite. It's like some sort of campsite, some sort of gathering place. You're working to create a gathering place for other people. It could be like building a community. I see this campfire, obviously, with this one. And campsites all around it. Or like those tiny homes like that. That's a big project. That's a big passion project. But it could be that there is some spark of life when it comes to this. Like the momentum for that has now started. Because there's something in you that you've touched base with. Which, you needed to build your intuitive discernment. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust your instincts, your intuition, when to say no, when to create boundaries, when to really open up and be vulnerable and take risks. This project is going to take risks. It's going to take risk. I see someone in a camper. I don't know what the project is around that, but for some, it feels very community-based. Building a community. Could be like something about yoga, too. Opening a yoga studio, which draws in a community of people. Focusing on a location. Okay, so that's a similar theme with this creative endeavor. Whether it's like this community with these tiny homes or like a campground or a yoga studio, it's like building a space. It's the physical space to draw in a community of like-minded people. With the tiny houses or the campground, like I definitely see a woodsy area. These like-minded people are very earth-based. They are so needing the connection with the earth, the grounding that the earth brings. something about that. Yoga studio in the woods. It feels less like a building yoga kind of studio like that. It's almost like an outdoor studio. Something like that. Okay, what else? Those are very big projects. Yeah, oh, wait. I mean, the Empress. Look at how earthy she is. And Two of Wands. It's like he's looking for her, he's asking for her. He's asking to connect with nature. This project helps to connect you and others with nature. Could even be just like art and artistic. Like, I'm looking at these cards, like these cards connect me with nature. Like I just had the nature of me, the nature of my intuition. I feel it because of these cards. So maybe it's like creating a card deck or something like that. For some of you, that's what it is. And it brings together a community of people who, like, when I read these cards, it communicates a specific thing to a community of people. So it could be, that could be a message for me because I've been looking to create a card deck. But so many of you on here are readers too. So there's something about asking for what you want. I feel like a lot of you are looking for something, but really you have to ask for it and then receive it. Don't look for it. Matchmaking? Some of you are meant to be matchmakers. I don't know where that's coming from. Like some kind of project where you help people find their people. Oh, that's sweet. Like you can see the connections, you can see how this person is aligned with this person and how the flow, like it's almost like you can just tell this person has a certain flavor, this person has a certain flavor. They're going to be good together. Like you being a matchmaker. That's weird, but that's cool. Okay, what else? Ooh. There's some sort of, so this passion project is something in mental health, but it's also connected to this Empress energy too, in helping people to balance. It's like a new type of therapy. It's nature therapy. It's some sort of combination between like typical therapy and this kind of work. So this project is bringing more earth, more grounding, more like nature-based work to the mental health industry. Like the yoga could do that too, but giving people access to it to help them move out of a cerebral place, get more into a feeling place, a sensory place. For some of you, it could be helping people to work with their intuition, to strengthen their intuition, like creating a class or something on that. I used to teach a class on that. So, all right, well, those are some of the specifics of what you need to focus on. If you want to figure out what that is for you, dig more into that for your individual situation. If you really feel like you're being called to something and you have this need to have this creative source, remember, take whatever resonates for you. Even if this connection with this other person over here doesn't resonate with you, if you're not involved with somebody else, it could be that you needed to get to this point and talk about this passion project, whatever that is. And you've been focusing too much on your family or your parents, or someone has been draining you. You've been trying to help them. You've been trying to give to them. You have these feelings that, this desire to help them or something like that. You've been holding back. Whatever the situation is, even if all of that doesn't resonate with you, this may. And so we can dig into maybe more of the specifics and what that is for you, okay? All my information is down in the box below. If you can't find what you're looking for, just email me and get in touch with me, and we'll either set up a one-on-one session or I can do a recorded reading for you, okay? All right. Thank you. Love you.